on the property. The pear trees, they started communicating to me, and I was like, oh snap, these trees are telling me to take care of them, and because nobody takes care of them, and they've been there forever, and they're self-sustainable, like nobody does anything, they grow every year, and they're so fruitful. Like this past season, the pear trees, they were like, they were telling me to come and pick from certain trees. Like they were just dropping from the tree. And I'm like, oh wow, this is very, very interesting. You're telling me to come pick you. And I was like, wow, okay. So like, just being here, the pear trees, and not only just the pear trees, but there's a lot of oaks on this land. And those trees, they've been here forever and they're always talking.
Listen, I, I went down to Florida for Emperor's coronation, and I stopped in Orlando to see Arisha Stone. Right, me and Arisha Stone go to this park. He say, come on, let's go show honors to the old ancestor tree right here." So I walk up to the tree, I put my hands on the tree, and then I hear the tree say, "I know you ain't gonna stand there and not take your shoes off. You know I can't tell you what I need to tell you if you don't take your shoes off." So I started laughing. He said, "What you laughing at?" I said, "Damn, tree told me to take my shoes off." So I took my shoes off.
Okay.
I stood up. I stood on the roots of the tree, right? And he started showing me shit. He say, I'm an old guy. I've been around a while. I've seen some stuff. So I'm sitting there, I'm letting the tree talk to me, and I'm thinking, I like, if I try to tell anybody this, they think I need some fucking Prozac or some fucking Thorazine or something. So the tree telling me I got a message I need to send back to the trees up there by you because I ain't been able to communicate with them in a while. I said, okay. So I go put my hands on the tree, and the tree talking to me. So the tree tell me, he said, "You know what, y'all humans are really funny." And I'm like, "What you mean?" He said, "They be laying up under the tree having sex like I can't see them." He didn't say having sex. He said fucking. He said the human be laying up under the tree. They be getting it in. They be fucking and everything, doing all kind of depraved acts of sex, and they think I can't see him. And he just bust out laughing. Oh, Hardy, George Burns laugh, right? Old man laugh. And so I'm tripping. Then we got ready to leave. The uh, the lady, the girl was out there with us. She asked me how old the tree was. I'm like, "I don't know how old that tree is. You got to be at least 100 and some years old." The tree said, "I'm not 100 and some years old. I'm 150 rings."
Yo, that tree said, "Don't walk up in my house with your shoes on."
Yeah. He said, he said, "I'm 150 rings. We don't count our age in years. We count our age in rings." I'm like, man,
Rings.
look,
Wow.
that tree had me dying laughing. So right, I forget to go touch the tree when I get home, right? So I'll be
Mm-hmm.
home for about almost 2 weeks. So I'm laying in the bed smoking the blunt. I hear the tree say, "So US ain't gonna let me talk to the trees up there by you, huh?" I'm looking around the room like, "Who the fuck is that?" He said, "Oh, you forgot about the tree in Florida already?" I said, "Oh shit, I forgot." So I ran outside to this big ass tree by the driveway, right? I take my shoes off, stand on the roots, and as soon as my palms touch the tree, all the trees in the neighborhood bust out laughing. They cracking jokes like a mug. He telling me
Yo.
about the freaky humans under the trees and all kind of stuff. Man, I'm
That's
sitting here
crazy.
listening to all these trees laughing. I'm like, damn, this sounds like a Dave Chappelle show or something. All this goddamn giggling going on. Let me take my ass in the house. I'm in the house and this I hear the muffled laughs outside. All the trees in the neighborhood is getting the information from the tree in
Oh
Florida.
my gosh.
That's
I was like,
crazy.
this shit is crazy.
No, like they be I listen, when I go and I sit by the pear trees, I swear they be telling me all the tea. All the
they,
tea. I'm like, so you
they
mean to
love to
tell
talk.
me?
Trees love to talk. People think you crazy, but the trees love to give you information about their area. And then they
Yes.
got a network where,
Yes.
where
Yes.
and
Yes.
that shit had me dying laughing. I was like, these damn trees. And I've been hearing animals talk since I was a baby. They used to call me Dr. Doolittle when I was little.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, the trees be telling. the cats too. The cats too on this land.
Oh yeah.
They're like they show up and they're coming to let you know this. They're showing up as different energies and they're showing you like they come at divine times. Like they're like, oh, message. I have a message for you. Like they show up in divine times and they're very protective and
Especially women and young girls.
yes, yes. Me and my children, they are very protective over us, and um, they they literally talk.
Yeah. Look,
They
when the
literally
women
talk.
start moving spirit energy, you can tell by watching the cats. They get restless. If you're in the house with a very powerful woman spiritually and she about to move some spirit energy, the cat is restless. He's jumping around like he has some what they call that stuff they get
Catnip,
catnip.
catnip. Yes, they be jumping off the
They be
roof.
acting just like they had catnip because you move in that spiritual energy and they get excited to see the women tapping back into that energy, that frequency, that love frequency energy. They get happy, so they start acting giddy, and it looked like
Mhm.
to the onlooker, the cat looked like he had catnip or something.
Yes, I be seeing that all the time. Now I want to show you something real quick. I
I
want to
can't
show
see
you
my
something.
screen.
You can't see nothing?
Mm-mm. I haven't seen
What
Aaron
happened?
caller on here, but the people watching could see it.
Okay, well, um, maybe I can read you something.
Yeah.
So, um, I'm gonna show y'all though. So basically, my fiance, he had this job and he ended up moving over to this land with me, and um, he was working for a moving company, and he was moving like different plantation homes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was always bringing home like different literature, and it was always something. It was always something he was bringing home, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I really wasn't believing a lot of this stuff until he started showing up with stuff, and I was like, oh, so they really do got the literature over there. They really do got a lot of stuff over there. So basically one day he came home and he had did a clear out, which he was just throwing out all the stuff that the owner didn't want in the house. He came home with a peace pipe, and on the peace pipe it had the feathers that was on the peace pipe was his life path number.
The
So
number of feathers, you mean?
yeah, yeah. So there's four feathers on the top. I'm about to show it to y'all. So we got four feathers on the top, and it literally has something on it. So there's a ripped piece of note on a piece of leather, and it says, I'm gonna read it to y'all. So it says, peace pipe made with a elk antler bow bowl decorated with a brass glass and hair bone something um bear's glass seed beads, brass bells, and turkey feathers. Ooh, it fell. Okay. Um, and then it had uh an arrow with it that has four feathers on the arrow.
Is the arrow attached to the pipe? I can't see it, so I gotta ask.
It is it attached to the pipe? No, it's not attached to the pipe, but it has the same material on it, like it goes to it.
Yeah, they was given in sets to the brave. Okay, so if I had a young guy that was about to be initiated to his training into chiefdom,
Mhm.
I would give him a set, peace pipe, and a spear, war and peace. The set goes
Okay.
together. Sometimes they come in a handmade leather, like sheath, where both of them fit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they normally come with that. If that's missing, then you should probably have one made.
Okay.
And yeah,
Yeah,
hold
because
on
that
to
was
that.
that wasn't with it, but the arrow and the peace pipe was with it, and it's in really good condition. You can still read what it says.
Yeah. Is your fiance, is he a brother?
Yes.
Hmm.
He you could speak with him. You follow him on Instagram as well. He makes music. Here.
Peace, God.
Peace, God, peace.
How you
So look,
feeling today?
I'm feeling good. How about yourself?
I'm feeling wonderful, man. I appreciate you for asking.
Yeah. So that particular artifact you got,
Hmm.
um, find you a Native American around in your area that makes crafts. When you show it to him, he might not charge you, but pay him
Hmm.
anyway. If you have
Right.
to make up a price to pay him, but ask him to make you a sheath or carrying case for that, and tell him if you can, you want it out of either what was that elk that bone they use?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, so you want to try to get it made out of elk hide if possible. If not, any kind of deer that's natural to the land, all of the deer is natural. The bison, the moose, you can, but you would prefer elk if you can get the elk hide.
You said, what is it called again?
It's a sheath. It's a carrying case for the pipe and the spear. They supposed to be in the carrying case. If you go to a elder that makes those and you show it to him and tell him what you want it for,
Hmm.
he might not charge you, but you still want to give him something. It's reciprocity.
Right.
That's cultural tradition. But once he make it, a whole bunch of stuff gonna open up for you because when you properly take care of the ancestral artifact, you activate. Why did that come out twice? You activate the energy of the ancestors to open up the path in your life because you took care of the artifact.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it got four. Both of them have four feathers on it,
Mm-hmm.
and my life path number is a 4. And my fiance, well, we got two daughters, and then it's her and me, and our family that we created is, it's four of us, and each of us we all considered, or we all have all four elements. I'm an earth sign. My fiance is an air sign. My daughter, who who came back as her grandmother, she's a water sign, and my other daughter, our oldest daughter, she's a fire sign.
Mm-hmm. So I can take us back to earlier room. I was telling my man about his rap name, Gang. G is the seventh letter,
Yeah.
May. Ang is the avatar. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you got all of the tribes in one. So together y'all can call the ether.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You got your
that's
three sisters.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. I'm gonna let y'all drop down. I might take one more before I go. I'm starting to wear down. So
All right. We appreciate you for having us.
all right. Thank y'all for coming up.
Peace, God.
Okay, Stephanie, you up. Well, I'm waiting on her. Stephanie Bruscato. I supposed to be coming over to Truth Seekers, but I don't know what day they're gonna pick there. I haven't seen it in my messages yet. But Mike Penny asked for me to come back over there. Okay, so letting her up. Brandy,
Right, it actually worked.
hey, how you doing?
Jeez. My front camera is broken. But I do have some questions.
Okay, let's see what we can do for you.
Okay, so you talked about I had caught a live one time and you were talking about hand talk and you mentioned that the sisters was gonna start doing things with their hands. Can you talk about that?
It's natural for us to use our hands in communication, But as the sisters tune in, they'll be able to do hand gestures from a distance and communicate, and don't nobody know what they're talking about but them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the crutch to turning back on the hive mind of the matriarchs.
Okay.
It's just a step in the process. This is why what they call American Sign Language. That's how we used to talk across tribes that didn't speak the same language.
Yeah, because that's what I had started doing. Like, what has been like 2-3 years. I've been doing hand talking and just feeling the energy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And what I notice is that I have this connection with the birds. So when I go out and I ground and I meditate, like I can literally call the birds like to me, and they'll circle around. Doesn't matter what bird it is, like they all come. I can even whistle them in, or like a lot of people. It's been like a year. I started teaching myself how to play the guitar. And even when I go outside and I play the guitar, like they come in and they on key with me while I'm playing the
Mm-hmm.
guitar.
Yeah, well, we got a connection with the birds to go back to the beginning of time.
Mhm,
Do you ever feed them?
oh, most definitely. I feed them. Sometimes, look, the birds be talking to me. I be trying to explain it to people, but it is what it is. Either you believe me or you don't. That's up to you. But
No,
when
it's
it
not.
comes to me,
Don't
but
explain it to people. Just tell them you love birds, and that's why you do it.
yeah, because they definitely come, and even that, like I went and got my feeder for my window, so I can feed them even while I'm in my office, and then they come in and they look in, and then I sing to them a little bit, play the guitar for them a little bit, and it just be me and the bird. I actually kind of like the birds, the trees, and everything else more than the people nowadays,
Well,
but
you
but
in the Mississippi culture, you have blues singers. They wouldn't sing to nobody but the birds or the animals. They go out in the woods and be singing their heart out. People be like, "Who that singing? They sound so good," and then they come back act like they can't sing. Yeah,
I do that.
yeah, that's culturally ingrained in the genetics.
What about I don't know if I should even say this on it because Facebook is the snitch book, but I have this thing with my hands, right? Where I can pull energy from or pull energy or calm energy and stuff like that. But I use that when I'm messing with when I'm studying Reiki, I think that's what it's called. But I can actually feel the energy when it shifts, when it's in the atmosphere. I can actually feel it,
Mhm.
but it's really really heavy on my in my right hand.
Your right hand, you right-handed.
I am.
That's your sending hand. It's gonna always feel more stronger than your receiving hand because
Mm-hmm.
you projecting energy is don't feel the same as receiving energy, and that's why this is to balance those two out,
I
and
do
you
that a
can do that.
lot.
Yeah, that's why the monks do this. They balancing their receiving and sending energies, and then they start focusing. You got a chakra in the
Mm-hmm.
palm of your hands and at the soles of your feet.
Look, I've been studying, man. Like I be studying, like for real.
Yeah.
Like just trying to make sure that I'm understanding like what's going on with me, because like it's something about my family. My family. You was talking to my sister earlier, Kimmy, when she was on here. That's when I jumped on. But it's something about my family, man. We some powerful beings, and I just love the fact that everybody is just waking up, and the babies are waking up, and it just, ooh, it just hits my heart. Just, oh, I'm like Drill. Drill was like, I'm finna cry. I'm like, let it flow, baby. I'm finna cry too. I love it. Like I love it. But that's really all. I be sending you stuff too, because when I seen what was going on with the Lumbee tribe, I sent you something and I was like, man, peep this out, man. Peep this out. What they got going on, man. And you responded to, man. I was like, okay, so we all picking up on the same thing.
So, Nina Tuhawk, you don't gotta sell your house, sweetie. Just inbox me. We'll figure something out.
But I am definitely grateful, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can just gratitude, y'all, because this is like the best time for us just to be us. It's
Yeah,
just
you know,
the Lord
now all
is in that we in.
yeah, all of the BS is starting to fall by the wayside. It's just that you can't take process out of the equation because everything happens in the process. You got to follow the steps.
Yeah,
And
and you got to be
so,
still.
yeah, that's what we
Because I've been
looking
telling
at.
people, don't even respond to this junk, man. Just live in your truth and just vibe high. Don't even worry about the rest of that stuff. But I'd be so glad when the South rise. Boy, when the South rise,
That's gonna be Mardi
boy.
Gras from coast to coast. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. I'm
That's
getting
what they
them
call it.
downloads too. I'm getting
They
them
call it the
downloads too.
20. They call it the 250-year independence celebration, but it's really the freedom from 50 years of oppression
Oppression.
from the Conjure War. See, this stuff's supposed to have been over before I was born. The problem
Oh wow.
was is they couldn't nobody see that these niggas was infiltrating everything we do and tearing it down from the inside. So it looked like we can't get along and we can't work together. All of a sudden, all the time, they was job was to disrupt our unity and to tear down our community and make us want to give up in the fight so that we can let them have our birthright. You can't have it. We don't want to give it to you. You can't take it. It's not up for sale. It's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Notice the H and notice the principle. We want it all. We want everything blown to us. It just so happened that everything blown
Everything
to us.
along this. Everything. Because I read a lot